What's going on, Cougar fans? Peter Borkowski here on the Cougar Sports Network, bringing you another edition of Coaches Weekly. And this time I'm joined by assistant coach for CUC men's basketball, Justin Bodorf. Coach, welcome to the show. Excited to talk to you today.
Appreciate it. Excited to be here.
Well, it's been a little bit since we've had a chance to talk about some CUC men's basketball with Thanksgiving break last week, but you guys were busy the whole way through, and it started probably in a great way with that Saturday win over Milliken, 104-70 over a really good Milliken team as well. So I'm sure as a coaching staff, you guys had some close losses to start the season, lost by, 5-6 points in both those games. So I'm sure getting a big win over
last game, am I?
Cougar fans, and welcome to Inside Geisman Gymnasium. Basketball season is in full swing here in River Forest as your Concordia University Chicago Cougars welcome the Greenville Panthers to River Forest. Parker Kelly, Troy Pratley on the Cougar Sports Network. We have a good one in store for you tonight. The Panthers come into River Forest averaging 117 points per game, and yes, I said that right. Let's go ahead and look back at the history a little bit. So Troy, the Panthers are coming off of a loss at Knox College. Believe it or not, scoring their lowest output of the season, 105 points. It's crazy to say, but they fell 114 to 105.
It is, and 105 is still a really impressive number, and it tells you a lot about the style of play that the Panthers are looking for tonight. They're going to look to get out and run and gun and get a lot of shots up. So coming off that loss against Knox College, it'll be interesting to see how they adjust and if they come back firing here tonight against the Cougars.
Absolutely. This is a team that lives and dies by the three. Now let's look at the Cougars. They're coming off their first conference win of the season at Illinois Institute of Technology. The Cougars defeated the Redbirds 75-60. It was a great performance by the Cougars and a much-needed win after starting the season 1-3.
It was, and after a rough start, you said it, you got to get that confidence, especially coming back home now for the Cougars' first home game of the season. We're going to look for them to be hot again. 75-60, that's a pretty convincing win in the Cougars' last time out, so we'll see if they can keep that rolling. But also keep in mind, 75 compared to 105, so it's really going to be a battle of which team is able to play to their style tonight, and that team's going to be the team that wins.
Let's go ahead and look at some players. The Greenville Panthers have shooters all over the place, and I know one player you want to talk about, Kiari Patrick.
That's right. Kiari Patrick comes in 18 points per game. He scored 92 points on the season for the Panthers. That leads their team, but he also one of 11 players on the team to average more than one steal per game. So this is a very aggressive defense for the Panthers. Kiari Patrick, a player to look out for. Going to take a lot of shots tonight, and if they go in, it's going to be a good night for the Panthers.
And for the Cougars, this is a very veteran-led team. They have seniors, juniors really stepping up for this team. One player, the senior point guard, Justin Greenley.
That's right. And we've got a lot of players on this Cougars team that have played more than 50 games in their career. Now, Justin Greenley, number one, he comes in third in the team in points, but first in assists and first in steals. So a complete player for the Cougars. We're looking for him to be hot tonight.
A little history lesson. This is the third time the Cougars have matched up with the Panthers. CUC is 2-0 all time, but this is a very different Panthers team. Again, we mentioned the high-scoring offense. Let's go ahead and start with your key to the game.
Well, I think the key to the game for the Cougars is to make your possessions count, right? So the Panthers are going to get a lot of possessions. They want to play fast. The Cougars have to control the game and make that three-point shot. They come in first in the conference in three-point percentage. They're looking to make their possessions count tonight, and one way to do that is to hit the three ball.
Absolutely, and my key to the game, this is a team that shoots about 28% from the three-point line, and they shoot about 43 threes a game. So this Cougars defense is really going to have to step up tonight. Something that we've seen, they've really struggled to get going on that defensive end, but have been very polished on the offensive end. Should bode for an exciting game. But one more time, the Panthers and Cougars tip-off is scheduled for about 5 minutes. We're going to go ahead and send it courtside for a message from President of CUC, Dr. Russell Don.
Hello,
I'm Dr. Russell Dawn, President of Concordia University Chicago. Thank you for tuning in to today's Cougar Athletics broadcast. We take great pride in the strength of both our athletic and academic programs, which are rooted in our steadfast commitment to Jesus Christ. Dedicated to the liberal arts as a foundation of a high-quality college degree, we believe education should form individuals for service to their neighbors. This makes Concordia Chicago an exciting and fulfilling place to study, work, learn, and grow. Learn more today by visiting cuchicago.edu. Thank you, and go Cougars!
Good evening, Cougar fans, and welcome to Geisman Gymnasium as we get set for the home opener of your men's basketball team as your Concordia University Chicago Cougars taking on the Greenville University Panthers. Peter Borkowski here on the Cougar Sports Network, joined as always by Parker Callahan. Parker, this is going to be a fun one. We have Greenville University, the second highest scoring team in all of Division III, going up against the Cougars in their home opener. The Cougars, a lot of high expectations around this team, picked to finish third in the Northern Athletics Collegiate Conference. This is shaping up to be a really fun one between two really talented basketball teams.
Absolutely, and I just want to say I'm going to go ahead and set the over-under for 250. This is a Greenville team that averages 117 points per game, and this is a CUC team who has been killing it on the offensive end. Should be a very exciting matchup.
Not to mention Greenville, despite scoring the second most points in the NCAA in Division III, they're also letting up the most points in all of Division III. This is the definition of a run-and-gun team, and they're going to be taking on the Cougars in the Battle of the Big Cats. Tip-off is up, and we are underway here in Geisman. Greenville going right to the basket. Here is Kiari Patrick for three. No good off the back iron. Rebound grabbed by Vincent Rodriguez. Patrick's going to try another three, and he's going to hit. Kiari Patrick, 2 3-pointers attempts in the first possession. That gets Greenville on the board.
Yeah, Kiari Patrick, one of Greenville's better players. It wouldn't be long before he hit a three.
Kieran Heller tries his hand at a three. Rebound gathered by Justin Greenlee. He puts it back in for the score. 3-2 in the early goings here. Greenville already on the offensive. Nice spin move there by Rodriguez. Hands it off to Kiari Patrick. He scores, on the first possession. Those three-pointer was scored by Grimmett Glenn. As here's a loose ball. Rodriguez grabs it. Kicks it out to Gerard Webb. He'll shoot up a three, and he'll make it 8-2. We're not even a minute into this game.
See, this is the Greenville style play. Very run and gun. They live and die by the three, and we're seeing that here early.
Another three-pointer for Greenville. That one an air ball. Rebound battled for Kiari Patrick, Jordan Matthews, and possession is going to go the way of the Cougar. Man, Parker, I'm out of breath here. We're only a minute 6 into this game as we have a full substitution here for Greenville. 5 off, 5 on. We heard about this from William Bishop Green, who works with us in the athletic communications department. He's on the bench right now for the Cougars at Greenville. They like to do that. They like to get a lot of players in and out of the rotation. They like to keep their opponents off balance. As here comes Jordan Matthews now. Kicks it. Corner three for Heller. He'll hit it. Three-pointer for number 22. It's 8-5.
How exciting is this? 13 combined points, not even a minute and a half into the game.
Make it 16 combined points. Another three ball for Greenville, 11-5. Jordan Matthews
going to have a tall task on their hands defensively. They're going to have to be polished on the defensive end. Their offense is just fine. It's that defense, though, it has been kind of slow to get going, but they're going to have to react fast tonight.
Ball knocked out of bounds. Last touch, Greenville. Cougars the inbound from Emmanuel Wilson. Sean Beckman, a transfer to CUC this year from Harper. As here goes Justin Greenlee to the rim. Justin Greenlee, a strong finish against number 32, Kendrick Alexander. As here's another three for Greenville. That one off the rim. Alexander grabs it, kicks it out to number 5. That's Christian Bennett. Another miss. Rebound grabbed again. Malik Johnson. Another three ball. Another miss. And now the ball's going the other way.
And what's been so beneficial for Greenville, they're getting so many offensive rebounds early, hence why they already have 11 points and are up.
Ball batted around. Now here comes Greenville, number 22, Adrian Alvarez. He hands it off. Pass inside is deflected. Cougars grab it, but stepping out of bounds was Emmanuel Wilson. That connection between Malik Johnson and Vincent Rodriguez. And here we go, another 5-out substitution for Greenville. The starting lineup back in now. As inbounding it will be the junior Vincent Rodriguez out of West Covina, California. And we'll get a foul now on Justin Greenlee. 2 shots coming up for number 0, Kiari Patrick. And Kiari Patrick, second on the Panthers in points per game, 14.8 from the free throw line this year. 7 for 12, 58.3%. His first attempt is up, bounces in off the backboard.
And this is a team that does not shoot free throws particularly well, about 65% on the year. Again, they're a team that lives and dies by the three, but when they get the chance to extend their lead at the free throw line, that's always a good thing for them.
And Patrick does exactly that. 13-7 your score, 17:40 left to go here. Here comes Justin Greenlee, pass ahead to Kieran Heller. Here's a new attempt, yeah, baby! William Bishop Green, watch your head on the way up, slams down the oop, 13-9.
Looking like OBJ with the one-hand grab and slamming it with authority.
Now here comes Jordan Matthews. He's coming the other way, stumbles a little bit, able to get it. He's double-teamed. Matthews holding on to the ball. Possession favoring the Cougars on the jump ball. William Bishop Green won the preseason dunk contest at CUC, and we saw exactly why there. Kieran Heller just lobbed it up, and that's all Bishop Green needed to slam it down. BG, as his teammates and friends call him, wearing number 3 in white.
And BG, he's always been a player that is going to attack the basket, but recently he's really upgraded in shooting from behind three-point range and even inside and shooting field goals, and he's a player to be on the lookout for tonight. Another senior on this Cougars team mentioned in the pregame that they're a very veteran-heavy team.
And now we're going to have a conversation between the referees here, as I think there's a problem with the clock. Waiting to inbound it is a CUC substitution, Darian Williams, Jr. out of Garland, Texas. Number 11 in white. He's been averaging just 5.2 minutes a game so far this year, but he gets the early sub. As now he's looking for the inbound pass. Finds Joel Watts, another transfer to this CUC team. Joel Watts out of Homewood Flossmoor High School, not too far away from Concordia. Jordan Matthews, he goes to work now on his defender, kicks it out. Darian Williams, he moves it, tries to get to the basket, stops, shoots, scores. Darian Williams.
Really nice move by Williams, got him on the pump fake and the step through, and gets the easy bucket to go to cut this lead to 2.
And here's a step back 3 from Gerard Webb, miss, rebound Cougars. Darian Williams now, he's double teamed. Joel Watts gets the outlet pass, a quarterback throw to Jordan Matthews. Matthews kicks it out. BG from out of 3. Looks like he stepped out. He didn't, but he does turn it over on the pass to Gerard Webb. Now here's an oop attempt, and it's no good. And now William BG, he finished an oop earlier. He gets tangled up on his way to the rim. No foul, but it will be out of bounds. Last touch by Vincent Rodriguez.
I mean, Peter, how exciting has these first 4 minutes been? I mean, we've seen an alley-oop, we've seen a bunch of three-pointers, a bunch of substitutions for Greenville. It's been an incredible scene so far.
Yeah, Greenville, another 5-all substitution. We haven't seen a substitution from Greenville that's just 1 or 2 players. Every time they have subbed in at least 1 player, everybody subs out, everybody subs in. This is a team that is quick. They like to keep their opponents off balance, not only with the pace of play, but with the personnel. I mean, that's hard for defenses. When you have 5 guys on the court and then the next second there's a totally different 5 guys on the court, that's just hard for defenses to really stay balanced, know what they're doing.
And not to mention the Cougars are really starting to heat up on the offensive end. 5 of their last 7 from the field. Meanwhile, the Panthers, something that we don't see a whole lot of, they've actually went cold. They're 0 of their last 5, 1 of their last 7. They're a team that's really struggling to put it in the basket right now.
As we have another conversation, I think we're having a little... So the referee talking with the scoring table as now we'll get underway here. Williams finds William Bishop Green. He escapes the defense, left wide open. Easiest layup in all of basketball, and we got a tied ball game, 13-13. That's a high pass. It's brought down by Johnson. He goes right to the rim, knocked it down, and they're going to call a blocking penalty on William Bishop Green. Green looking to take the charge. Instead, he'll commit the blocking foul, and now to the line is Malik Johnson. His first shot is up and good. Johnson Jr. out of Compton, California. So far this year, 15 for 18. Coming into tonight now 16 for 19 as he looks to make it number 17, and he does. 2 good free throws for Malik Johnson. Greenville back on top, 15-13. Inbound pass from Jordan Matthews. Immediately double teamed is William, and there's a turnover. Johnson, again, he's looking for an outlet. He finds Kendrick Alexander. His 3 ball, no good. Rebound gathered here by Carlos Crespo. That's a three, and that's a good three.
I mean, this defense is just suffocating the Cougars, and then they're so quick to get it back out and swing it around and get the three-point attempt. They're scoring at will when they want to.
William Bishop Green, he finds Darian Williams. Open three for Williams. He hits it. Darian Williams, number 11 for the Cougars, makes it 18-16.
Darian Williams' previous career high is 4 points. He's already eclipsed that, has 5 here in the first 5 minutes of the game.
Three ball by Christian Bennett, no good. Joel Watts, one of the shortest players on the court, goes up for the rebound. Mouse in the house. And now we're going to get a foul called. It'll be on number 22 for the Panthers, Adrian Alvarez, as we get another 5-out substitution here. Cougars, they get a major substitution switch as well on the court. Ian Ravagni, a freshman, number 34, Eli White as well. Justin Greenlee, Emmanuel Wilson, Williams still on the court. And here's Eli White. He's wide open to the rim. He scores. And Parker, that's probably going to be the way to beat this Greenville defense, is they're going to pressure you up front, but if you can break that initial press, you are going to have a pretty wide open lane to the basket.
And we've seen that a couple of times here tonight. Just got to find a way to beat the press.
Justin Greenlee now slows it down, hits William from beyond the arc. No good, off the back iron. Rebound gathered by Greenville. They're on the way. Three-pointer here from Caden Johnson. It's no good. Eli White. No time to breathe here. Emmanuel Wilson, he hits Justin Greenlee, collects the pass, goes for the layup, he gets it.
Justin Greenlee. We've seen so many times that the Cougars have been able to beat the Panthers on the back end, getting those layups like you just mentioned, Peter.
Johnson a three, that's no good. Cougars, they're moving the other way. Emmanuel Wilson, he's got Ravagni and White. Wilson just takes himself no good. Ravagni slaps it against the board. Eli White goes up for the rebound, and now there's a foul. Foul on Greenville, number 34, the man right in front of the scores table right now, Travis Dickey, senior out of Wayne City, Illinois. As set for 2 free throws is Eli White. His first one, no good, rolls in and out. Now we'll get another 5-man substitution here for Greenville. I think it's fair to say, Parker, if we're saying that there's a Greenville substitution, you can just assume it's all 5 players. As I say that, though, do realize that one player, that is Gremit Klen, he is still on the court from the last set of players. He's all the way down, bottom right of your screen, near the Cougars basket, guarded by Justin Greenlee.
I'm pretty sure everyone on their bench has played so far.
Looking for some cherry-picking points. You'll have to wait a second as Eli White hits his second free throw. Cougars up 21-18. Rodriguez now against Heller. Greenville works it around the perimeter. That's where they live and die by. Glenn, he finds a man at the top of the key in Webb. Webb on Heller again. Ball tipped away. Good defense there by Kieran Heller. Here comes Ian Ravagni. Ravagni loses the ball. Good defense there by Vincent Rodriguez to get in front of him. Rodriguez now passes to Patrick. Here's a 3 attempt from Greenville, and that is good. 3 ball by Jamie Calmes.
And the Panthers are showing you just when they get a little bit of space, they're going to shoot the 3. They're not afraid of even shooting it in your face. We've seen that so many times tonight.
Justin Greenlee puts a spin move on Rodriguez to the basket. No good, but he gets fouled. Justin Greenlee put Rodriguez in the spin cycle, and on his way to the basket draws the foul from Calmes.
Even looked like he was going up for the dunk attempt. Justin Greenlee, a player that's really worked on his vertical over the offseason. We even saw him in that preseason dunk contest with BG. Had a very impressive showing.
Yeah, Justin Greenlee, the main point man for the CUC offense. As taking a look at the stat sheet, he's currently leading the team in total assists and assists per game. He's got 27 so far in 5 games. As he gives the Cougars the lead, 22-21. His second free throw is up and good. Cougars, they're going to sub Greenlee out now. Joel Watts checks into the game.
We see Coach Searles for CUC trying to match the substitution rate for the Panthers. He has not gone all the way into his bench, but we've seen several substitutions early.
Will Wainscott, he's one of those substitutions. He goes to work on Webb, but Webb wins that battle. Takes it to the rim. Ties this ball game back up. Joel Watts, he finds Emmanuel Wilson. Wilson's trapped now. He's got to give it back to Joel Watts. Cougars got to get it over half. They do. Here's Sean Beckman. Hands it over. Will Wainscott. That put up no good. Another rebound. Ball still batted around. Rodriguez goes up and grabs it. Greenville moving the other way. Rodriguez hands it off to Glenn. Now Rodriguez wide open. Corner three. No good. Off the rim. And now here's Glenn. He'll try a three and he'll hit a three. Gremmet Glenn out of Atlanta, Georgia, hits the three ball. Greenville on top 26-23. Sean Beckman tried to say something about that. His three is no good. Rodriguez looking for a man on the outside. He finds it in Webb. Here's another three ball and another three make for Greenville. As I said, live and die by the three-point line. That's what Greenville likes to do. Now Will Wainscott, he'll try his hand at a three off the front of the iron. Greenville with the rebound. Now they'll slow things down a little bit. Cougars get their defense back. Handoff. Here's Glenn. That's too strong. Emmanuel Wilson finds Beckman. Beckman up the far side of the court. Strong drive by Beckman. Goes up and makes it. And one. Sean Beckman, the transfer, playing his first game in Geisman Gymnasium. He keeps doing that. He's going to make a lot of fans tonight.
Sean Beckman, the transfer from Harper College, has made an instant impact, making his third start tonight. Really athletic move. It seemed like he hung in the air for a while. Just kind of got the floater, got the friendly bounce, and an and-one opportunity for Sean Beckman.
So far this year, Beckman just under 20 minutes a game played. He's 2 for 2 so far from the free throw line this season. He gets his first trip to the charity stripe tonight. Cougars, some substitutions. Jordan Matthews back out as Beckman misses that free throw. Greenville still up by 4. Christian Bennett now going to the rim is Crispo. Ball almost lost. Greenville able to save it from going out of bounds. Jordan Matthews, good poke, but Greenville gets it back. And travel called on number 22, Adrian Alvarez. As a little extracurriculars after the fact.
There are a lot of emotions going on inside of Geisman Gymnasium right now. We've mentioned how hard it is to play in this gym, especially with the crowd the way it is right now. A little chirping going on between both sides. It makes for a high emotional game.
Fouls are issued to Adrian Alvarez of Greenville and Emmanuel Wilson of the Cougars. Those are the two players. Got a little into it after the play. Nothing too serious, but the referees tonight making sure everyone playing a clean game here. As Justin Greenlee finds Jordan Matthews on the inbound pass. Matthews now. He goes to work on Crispo. Matthews passes it to Justin Greenlee. Swings it to Wilson. Back to Greenlee. Greenlee up to the top of the key for Bishop Green. Finds Jordan Matthews in the far side corner. Matthews now hits Justin Greenlee under the rim and through the hoop.
Really nice pass from Jordan Matthews. He's been fairly quiet in the first 9 minutes of the game. And a really nice vision, finding Greenlee on the sideline almost and then getting the layup.
Here's a three attempt off the back of the iron from Malik Johnson. William Bishop Green with some speed finds Jordan Matthews. Three ball from Matthews, no good. Not enough on it. Ball going out of bounds. The last touch on CUC. So Greenville will get the ball. 10:50 left to go here in the first half. 29-27 in favor of the visiting Panthers. Into the corner, Johnson. Into the other corner. That three's blocked by Justin Greenlee. Greenlee got a hand on the three ball attempt from Christian Bennett. Now Emmanuel Wilson, top of the key. He's going to take it to the rim. He's going to take it all the way in.
Really nice sequence of events. We see Justin Greenlee leads the team in blocks with 4. We got it on the other end, and then finding Emmanuel Wilson on the other end for a Cougar 2 points.
Offensive foul on Greenville. William Bishop Green. He took the block earlier, This time he gets the charge call in his favor.
Really nice example of resiliency by Bishop Green, taking a chance. You mentioned he took the blocking foul earlier in the half and then coming back right again and finally getting the charge. Really nice play by William Bishop Green.
The inbound pass poked away by Vincent Rodriguez. Emmanuel Wilson, the intended target, out of bounds off of Rodriguez, as him and Wilson sharing some hands right now. As the referee comes over, tells the two of them to calm it down a little bit. 10:21 to go here in the first half. Justin Greenlee. He finds William Bishop Green, escapes his man. Here comes Jordan Matthews to Carter Langendorf. Langendorf misses, however. Matthews the rebound and the turnaround shot.
Right there, Matthews got his first points of the night, getting the offensive rebound, then taking it up strong and getting the 2-point bucket.
Greenville called for a travel, and that's going to cause the ball to go the other way.
And we've seen a couple of travel calls on the Panthers. When you run an offense like the run and shoot, oftentimes the offense is so sporadic that you don't get your feet set, and that's resulted in the travel calls so far.
Greenlee inbounded it to Matthews, back to Greenlee, and then he gave it to Wilson. Now here comes Greenlee again. Strong finish. Cougars up on top of the Panthers, 33-29.
And this is a Cougars team that will not shy away from some offense. They've been very solid in their first 5 games of the season with scoring the basketball.
Rodriguez some shifty moves, but his layup is no good. William Bishop Green thought about a 3, passed it in, and it goes out of bounds. Ball looked like it was deflected. Referees say last touch by CUC.
I think BG was looking for Carter Langendorf on the right block, but Carter thought, because the shot fake was so good, thought that BG was going to shoot it, but he was trying to get the pass last second. Carter just didn't see it.
Fake so good, he duped his own teammate, and now Greenville brings it the other way because of it. Rodriguez guarded by Williams closely. Here comes Kiari Patrick. Patrick spin move on Eli White, and he hits the turnaround shot. Joel Watts up to Eli White. White across Williams. He's going to try a 3, and he'll make a 3. Darian Williams.
Talk about an impact. Darian Williams coming off the bench. He's the leading scorer with 8. He's been doing well on the offensive end.
And heat check there by Jamie Calmes. Stops a 13-0 run for CUC. Here comes Sean Beckman now. Beckman, he'll pass it to White. White wasn't really ready for it because of it. Rodriguez gets the steal. Rodriguez now stops, passes. Sean Beckman looks like a defensive back, picks it off. Good defensive play there by the transfer. Now Rodriguez gets a steal on Joel Watts, flips it behind him to Patrick, and Patrick draws the foul. Not much Joel Watts could do there. Kiari Patrick, 6'3", 200 pounds. Joel Watts, 5'9", 155. Ends up fouling Patrick.
Yeah, not much you can do at all. Joel Watts severely, he didn't have the size advantage, and we see that he just brought his hands down drawing the foul.
CUC, 30-second timeout. We're going to take a break up here in the booth as well. Try and catch our breath after an exciting first 12.5 minutes of basketball. 8:36 left to go here. 36-34 your score in favor of the Cougars.
Hey Cougar fans, thanks for tuning in to today's game.
For more information on the men's basketball program, head to cucougars.com. We hope to see you at our next game.
Go Cougs!
Let's roll, Cougs!
Back here in Geisman Gymnasium, and we've had a marathon in this gym so far. 36-34 the score in favor of CUC. And Parker, we had the technology for it. I would love to see just how far each of these players are running tonight. Players up and down the court, and you know that's another advantage Greenville has with this style is that when they're going up and down the court so fast, they're subbing guys in and out. When you have a team like CUC who does not sub the way Greenville does, who has a much more traditional substitution game, that's going to wear guys out quickly. That's going to force Rashawn Searles, first-year head coach of the Cougars, to go into his bench and find some of those players who might not have as much experiences as his starters and those first couple guys off the bench.
Yeah, we've seen like a couple guys like Will Wainscott coming out here who is usually not used to playing as early as he had to, but because this offense is so run and gun, these players are getting worn out.
Kiari Patrick missed the first free throw, but makes up for it with the make on the second one. He'll sub out now for number 32. That's Kendrick Alexander. If I'm not mistaken, that's the first sub we've seen from Greenville that was just one man. And now CUC will bring it up the other way. 36-35 your score. Less than 8.5 to go here in the first half. Justin Greenlee finds Jordan Matthews. He'll step back for a three. He'll hit a three. Jordan Matthews. And Parker, you pointed out to me earlier before the game started just how good Jordan Matthews has been from beyond the arc, which hasn't traditionally been a part of his game, but he's really taken it in stride this year.
Jordan Matthews, we could sing his praises all day long, averaging 18 points per game. He's leading the team in scoring. He's also shooting 63% from three. Again, 63%. He has been lighting it up from behind the arc.
Blocking foul on Sean Beckman, but back to Matthews. I mean, he's always been a solid three-point shooter. He's just such a good all-around player, but this year we're really seeing him kind of, like I said, take pride in that three-point shooting.
He's really taken that next step, and that was his first three-pointer of the night. It wouldn't be long before he gets going on the offensive end.
Crespo, nice one-handed finish at the rim. Got some hang time on that jump. And the Cougars are going to have to find a response as they've seen their lead shrink back down to 2. Joel Watts guarded closely by Crespo, trying to find some breathing room. He does to Jordan Matthews. Matthews, acrobatic finish, looking like Michael Jordan out here. Swinging that ball all the way around. And he ups the Cougars' lead back to 41-37. Here's a three ball from Bennett. It's no good. A rebound gathered by Alexander. Bennett.
Again, there's the size mismatch. Kendrick Alexander, 6'4", on Joel Watts.
Three ball for Malik Johnson. Greenville back within 1. Justin Greenlee brings it up the court as he's done so often through his tenure as a Cougar. His senior year in the maroon and gold. He's been the point guard, the main point guard for a couple years now, and he takes it all the way himself, coast to coast for Justin Greenlee.
Justin Greenlee, 14 points, leading the Cougars in scoring. I believe he might be leading this game in scoring. He's been doing a nice job of finding the open spaces on the court and making some nice moves to get some buckets.
Justin Greenlee is, in fact, leading this team in scoring. 14 so far in the night, 6 for 7 from the field, and a pair of free throws as well. Darian Williams behind him with 8. Jordan Matthews has 7. Sean Beckman has 2, and then Joel Watts still looking for his first. Those are the men on the court right now for CUC. Before the substitution, checking in was Kieran Heller and William Bishop Green. Joel Watts now kicks it back out to Emmanuel Wilson. Wilson pulls back over to the corner. Joel Watts looking for his first point. Gets contact. Nothing, though, on the layup, but draws the foul. So Joel Watts will have a chance for his first points here tonight.
Joel Watts, another one of these transfers coming in from Joliet Junior College. Like Sean Beckman, he's also made an impact, and right here he has his chance to get his first points of the night.
And he does exactly that with a made free throw. But, Parker, that's a great thing about transfers is, when you get freshmen in, even if they are good freshmen, they still have to adapt to the college game. But you get a transfer like Joel Watts, like Sean Beckman, both of which are listed as juniors. Well, they've had a couple years of playing college basketball, which means that they could be talented and they're used to the speed of college basketball, even if it isn't Division III necessarily.
They're used to atmospheres like these, that's for sure.
Electric so far here in Geisman. A packed crowd for the first men's game at home this season. Rebound knocked out of bounds. Last touch on Greenville. So Kieran Heller will inbound it now.
Again, we're seeing another player for the Cougars that Coach Terrell's just subbed in, number 30, Aaron Brown. He's only appeared in one game, but getting some minutes here in the first half just because these other guys are just so worn down trying to keep up with this high-tempo offense.
Bishop Green finds Brown under the basket. Now Brown falls down, holding on to it. Travel caught on number 30 in white, the freshman Brown out of Joliet. As Parker mentioned, Aaron Brown just one game so far this season for the Cougars. And he's getting some critical playing time here early in tonight's matchup. 6:02 left to go in the first half. Here's a three ball from Darius Scott. It's no good. And that'll be a foul on Greenville on the rebound. Number 33, that's Brock Bailey. Camarillo, California native, playing in his senior year. And now he'll take a seat on the bench as we get a substitution here for Greenville. Kieran Heller will go to the line. Cougars in the bonus right now. 9 fouls so far on the game for the Panthers. Cougars, they have 5. So 1-and-1 opportunity for Heller. If he makes his first one, he'll get the second free throw attempt. If he doesn't, Greenville looks like they'll get the rebound as they have 3 players in the paint to just Heller. He does not make it. Greenville now. Kiari Patrick goes to work on Heller, tries to lay it off the board, and charging foul on Kiari Patrick. He's in disbelief.
Really nice job of William Bishop Green getting his feet set outside of the cylinder and getting the second charge of the night. Tell you what, he's made some really big impact plays on defense tonight.
Heller face guarded by Patrick on the inbound. He's able to get it in. Here's William Bishop Green. He leaves it for Brown. Brown, layup no good. Now we'll get another opportunity, but he's fouled on the way up. So Aaron Brown, a little frustrated he couldn't make that first layup. He'll have a chance to redeem himself with a pair of free throws. Cougars in the double bonus right now.
And there's no better place to get some bonus points than the free throw line. This is a Cougars team that's shooting 76% from the charity stripe, which ranks second in the NAC. It's been a major point of emphasis this season.
Aaron Brown, first free throw attempt is up and good. Nothing but net on that one. His first free throw attempt of the game and of the season. As he's going to look to go 2 for 2 on this trip. He does. Productive trip there to the charity stripe for the freshman. Cougars up 47-40 now. 3 ball by Gerard Webb. No good. Coming down with the rebound was Glenn. He takes it out. Rodriguez over to Calmes. Acrobatic throw, and it's knocked out of bounds. Last touch CUC. Rodriguez. Players in motion. Finds a man in the corner in Glenn. Glenn now guarded closely by Wilson. He'll put up a contested 3 and he'll hit it. Tough 3 there for Gremmet Glenn. Emmanuel Wilson draped over him. Still able to get it over Wilson and through the hoop.
And that ends the 6-0 Cougar run. The Panthers on a little bit of a scoring drought, but good 3 for them.
Corner 3 by Matthews. Hits the side of the rim. Rodriguez now. He's done a lot of running with the ball tonight. Gives it to Glenn. He'll try another 3. He'll hit another 3 and 1. Chance for a 4-point play for Gremmet Glenn. Gremmet Glenn heating up from the corner. As CUC subs in 4 players for Vagney, Langendorf, Greenlee, and Williams. Heller, Wilson, Brown, and Bishop Green out as Greenville gets some substitutions in as well. Meanwhile, Glenn, he can make it a 1-point game with the made free throw.
This Greenville team is so good.
47-45.
This Greenville team's so good at shooting the 3 ball. I mean, that defender draped all over him, still able to connect on the 3.
Well, he can hit the contested corner 3. He can't hit the free throw, however. 47-45 remains the score. Jordan Matthews on Johnson. Puts it up and through off the glass. Jordan Matthews, good finish there. Matthews kind of finding his touch as this game's gone along after a slow start. Three ball by Bennett. It's no good. Here's Justin Greenlee. Cougars are off to the races. Ravagny for the layup. Blocked from behind. Whistles blow, however.
I think they're going to call it goaltending.
And it will be goaltending. Ian Ravagny, a LeBron James style block. However, not a legal one because of it. 51-45 now the score. Good hands there by Matthews, but he gets tagged with a foul. Reaching in, a little too handsy.
That's the thing. These Greenville players always moving around. Sometimes hard to keep up with them and stay in front of the offensive players, resulting in fouls.
Crespo can't finish that layup. Cougars grab the board. Here comes Williams. He's double-teamed right in front of the Cougars' three-point line. Now Ravagny on the other end. Ravagny goes for the finish himself. Nice floater there by the freshman, Ian Ravagny, out of Huntley, Illinois. Floating it over his defender. Same attempt there, a floater from Malik Johnson. It's no good. Cougars grab the ball. Jordan Matthews rushing through a maze of Greenville players. Williams kicks it out. Ravagny thought about a three, pump fake, however. Matthews takes it from the three-point line. He'll hit the floater. Floaters all over the place for everyone, and now a big contact here. Travel caught on Greenville. Williams and Crespo both falling to the court. And it's a travel call on number 31 in black. Cougars can extend their 10-point lead. 55-45 here, 3:35 to go in the first half. Williams. Rodriguez draped over him. Williams finds Langendorf. Langendorf thought about a shot. Instead hits the top of the key with Wilson. Ravagny, Williams in the corner now. Williams, tough shot contested. No good, but draws the foul. Smart play there by Williams. He had 2-3 guys all over him. That's when you just go up for a shot and hope someone slaps you. They do exactly that. So Williams, he'll get a chance at 2 free throws.
No, he definitely did the right thing. When you have a couple guys in the area like that, you know you have no shot at getting a wide open shot. You just go into their body, get a chance to go to the free throw line.
Yeah, and you see so many great NBA scorers are able to do that. Guys like James Harden or DeMar DeRozan for the Chicago fans out there are able to draw fouls from contact like that, almost at will. De'Aaron Williams did a great job proving an example of that. And he converts on his 2 free throws, 57-45. Langendorf on Rodriguez. Rodriguez finds on the baseline Gerard Webb as Carter Langendorf. He landed awkwardly. He's slow to get up. Ball out of bounds, tipped by Greenville as here comes the sweat mop. And Langendorf, he's going to take a seat on the bench. He's grimacing on his way over.
Yeah, he hit the ground pretty hard.
Went over the top of Gerard Webb. And Gerard Webb just ducked right under the 6'7 Langendorf. Jordan Matthews, Beckman, nice pass to Wilson. Travel, however, so that will negate any points. And Greenville has a chance to cut this down to single digits, 57-47. Rodriguez bodied up by Williams, almost lost it, able to get it out to Patrick. Webb a 3, no good, hits the top rope, which means change of possession. The top rope that helps stabilize the basket, or helps draw it in and out when they need to fold it up. If the ball hits that, it's a change of possession as that's counted as out of bounds. Because of it, Cougars the other way. Williams, Beckman, back to Williams. Williams, Rodriguez all over him. Ball swatted into the Greenville bench by their own man, Jamie Calmes, with some friendly fire.
The Cougars have been pretty successful going up against this high-tempo Greenville defense. Found a ways to break the press. Right there, just having a little bit of trouble with it.
Ball loose off an errant pass. Greenlee able to recollect it. Finds Darren Williams. Corner 3. Jordan Matthews. No good. In and out. Matthews trying to get that 3 ball going tonight. Now Rodriguez. Euro step to the basket. Converts. stepped right by Emmanuel Wilson. As now Jordan Matthews, he has to get up the court in a hurry. Players on his back. What an attempt there by Matthews. Not good on the basket, but draws the foul. So 2 shots coming up for the Cougars star, number 12.
Jordan Matthews has been heating up, and even though it may not be his traditional style of scoring, that's what makes Jordan Matthews so versatile. Just being able to find different ways to contribute.
He contributes with 1 point there off the made free throw. He'll get ready for his second attempt as Greenville subs in 5 guys. Jordan Matthews named the NAC Player of the Week last week. That was Thanksgiving week. Even though it was Thanksgiving, Cougars were in action playing their first 2 conference games of the year. Lost on Tuesday at St. Norbert College and then got the win at Illinois Institute of Technology on Saturday. That's where they last played. As here's a 3 attempt from Adrian Alvarez. It's no good. Cougars with the board as we have less than 2 minutes to go here in an action-packed first half. William Bishop Green to Sean Beckman. Beckman now dribbles through the defenders, puts up a floater, grabs his own miss, up and through and one. Sean Beckman making himself familiar here in Geisman Gymnasium.
And I believe this is going to be Sean Beckman's second chance at an and one opportunity. We saw he got one a little bit earlier in the half, wasn't able to convert on the free throw, and now he'll have a chance to redeem himself. And he does.
62-49 our score after Sean Beckman completes the and one. Here comes Bennett. Bennett draped by Beckman. He'll hand it off now to Alexander. Alexander up against Williams, lost it for a second, got his own drop. Here's Johnson now. Malik Johnson guarded closely by Emmanuel Wilson. Good hand there by Beckman to disrupt them. Fade away on the baseline for Malik Johnson. That's an extremely tough shot, and the junior converts.
A really tough shot. Usually we're used to seeing them shoot the 3 ball, but sometimes you got to mix it up a little bit. That's what he did right there.
Greenlee put in all the moves on Johnson. Now to the basket. No good. Grabs his own miss and redeems himself. Justin Greenlee, and not just a pass-first point guard. He can take it to the rim as he's been doing all night long. Scores his game-leading 16th point. 3 from Greenville. It's good. Christian Bennett.
You're not going to keep this offense down long. Despite the 10-point lead, Greenville has still shown the ability to make shots.
Jordan Matthews now to Sean Beckman. Beckman blocked by Bennett, and now Bennett carries it the other way. Here's Crespo. Thought about a 3, got Greenlee up in the air. Now a 3 from Bennett is no good. Alexander the rebound. Try to put it up off the glass. Football throw ahead to Green. Bishop Green. He converts. 5 seconds left. Greenville's got to put something up. 1 second to go. Johnson, the shot. I don't think it'll count. It doesn't matter anyway. 66-54. Your score after 20 minutes. You know, Parker, that's the score at the end of some defensive games, very defensive-minded games, and we still got 20 minutes to go here in this game, but we'll keep it here. I believe we're going to get a halftime report from Troy Prattley. He'll interview Coach Rashawn Searles, but man, what a game we got here in Geisman. We knew that Greenville was going to be running and gunning.
66-54 right now. The Cougars on pace for 132 points if they keep it up at this rate. Just been a phenomenal first half.
All right. Well, Troy Prattley, he's down on the court with the Cougars point guard Justin Greenlee. So we're going to send it down to Troy, see what Greenlee has to say after a very exciting first half.
We're down here courtside with Cougars player number 1, Justin Greenlee. Justin, your team came out hot, able to match pace with the Panthers right away. You take a 12-point lead into the half. What does that say about your team so far?
It's good. We're buying into the game plan. You know, they're playing really fast, so we're getting a lot of guys in. A lot of guys that may have gotten minutes, but they're stepping up big, and that's why we're up right now.
You mentioned that you guys have played 13 players here in the first half. What does that say about the depth of your team being able to come into the game and continue the lead?
Yeah, we talked about next man up. You know, we got 3 guys out, 2 starters, but we work hard in practice. You know, our JV guys, they worked hard since the beginning of the year, and now is their time to step up, and they're showing why they belong.
Absolutely. Best of luck in the second half.
Appreciate it.
Yep.
A CUC nursing student and choose to stand tall for healing at a university that places Christ at the center and embraces teaching students to live a life fulfilled by purpose and meaning. Concordia University Chicago's new Bachelor of Science in Nursing degree is an innovative and rigorous 4-year program that will prepare you to rise to the daily challenges of a rewarding nursing career and serve a greater cause. Our newly built modern simulation center features 4 distinct spaces, a skills attainment lab, multi-specialty intensive care spaces, a health assessment learning center, and a simulated home environment. Due to our close proximity to many world-class teaching hospitals, CUC's clinical rotations offer an abundance of diverse and real-world experiences. Learn more about earning your BSN at a Christ-centered university today.
Monica here at Concordia University Chicago, and we're here outside of Concordia Hall. Concordia Hall is the university's newest residence hall, right on the edge of campus, perfect for students who want to explore the nearby downtown of Oak Park and River Forest. The flexible suite-style living in fully furnished bedrooms lets students choose what works best for them. Every floor is complete with a community lounge and full common kitchen, with a kitchenette, microwave, sink, and refrigerator. The first floor offers the Victory Lounge, connecting to 2 additional residence halls, with no shortage of ways to relax. You're also right next to an open, outdoor plaza, better known as Victory Lane. So now we're here in Concordia Hall's suite-style dorm room, and this is a really nice place to just hang out and chill. And since it's so big, there's plenty of room to spread out and do your homework and just relax. So now making our way into one of the bedrooms, there's plenty of space in this room for you and your roommate. A lot of times students will move the desks so that they've got their separate study space, but my roommate and I, we get along really well, so we can just work together here in the same space. Sometimes I like doing art as well, as you can see by the painting here. It's a 16 by 10 feet space, And most rooms on campus are 10 by 12 feet, so it's really nice to have a little extra space to work with here in Concordia Hall. So this hall is super close to the chapel and the Kennedy Community Center, which has the new Crossroads Dining Hall, so the location is super convenient. And I really love the city scene too. The location here is the closest on campus to the Oak Park River Forest downtown area, which has a ton of great stores and restaurants. Speaking of the city scene, I adore the view from this lounge because you can see the Chicago skyline right there. Concordia Hall at Concordia University, Chicago.
What's up, everybody? We appreciate you tuning into today's game.
To stay up to date on all things CUC men's basketball, follow us on Twitter and Instagram at CUCChicago_MBB.
We'll see you on campus soon. Hey, Mom.
Welcome back to the Cougar Sports Network. Peter Borkowski here, joined by Parker Kelly and Troy Bradley. And boys, we got quite a game on our hand here. 66-55 in favor of the Cougars over Greenville, and one of the most explosive offensive basketball games I think I've ever watched, broadcasted or just on TV. This one has been an absolute blast to call, but let's get down to some of the particulars of the game. And Parker, let's start with you. I know a big reason for the Cougars' success so far tonight, they're up by 12 points at half, has been because of one main player, and that is Justin Greenlee. He's having himself a really good night so far.
Justin Greenlee already with 16 points. His career high coming into the game tonight was 18, and he got 16 points just in the first half alone. He has been phenomenal, finding the open lanes in the defense and able to get some quick transition buckets, and it's boded well for the Cougars so far.
Right, yeah, Greenlee, the main point man for the Cougars, but he's turned on the offensive talent tonight in terms of the point scoring. Like Parker said, just 2 away from his career high, and we still got 20 minutes left of basketball to play. But Troy, despite the Cougars being up by 12 points, I know there's something that you pointed out that maybe they need to work on a little bit here in the second half.
That's right. The Cougars came into this contest first in the conference in turnovers per game with only 9.8. In the first half, the Cougars turned the ball over 12 times. Now that's something to keep hold of and see if the Cougars can limit those turnovers in the second half. And if they do, they may extend this 12-point lead and run away with this game early.
Right, and granted, a lot of that turnover is because Greenville plays such a fast, kinetic defense. They got hands everywhere. They're full court pressing. It's really hard to hold on to the ball. But like we said, Cougars are still up by 12, as we head into the final half of this game. But guys, it's been an exciting game so far. Cougars up by 12. Let's start with you, Parker. What do the Cougars need to do to keep that lead and hopefully give this home crowd a win in the home opener?
It's going to be very simple. They got to keep doing what they're doing. The Cougars cannot afford to come into this game cold, and they certainly have it. Got to keep shooting the ball well in the second half. Believe it or not, holding Greenville to 54 points in the first half is actually a good defensive performance.
So really
keep doing what you're doing.
Right. All right, what about you, Troy? What do you got for the Cougs?
Well, I think it's for the Cougars to continue playing with depth on the bench. They played 13 players in the first half. That's something they're going to have to keep up and keep pace with the Panthers.
All right, well, we're back already here, so we're going to send it back to the booth. Parker and I on the Cougar Sports Network. Second half coming up for you in just a second. All right, let's go. Sports Network and the Cougars and Panthers. We're already on the way here. Another 3-ball for the Panthers. They cut the lead down to 7, 66-59. Cougars looking for a win in their first home game of the season. As here comes Gremmet Glenn. He finds Rodriguez beyond the arc. Rodriguez goes to the rim. No good on the basket, but he draws the foul.
Nice job right there, getting his body up in the air, making contact, and now an opportunity for number 23, Vincent Rodriguez, to get some free throws for Greenville to help cut into this Cougar lead.
On as Rodriguez makes his first free throw. Parker, you got to think, after 20 minutes of extremely high-paced offense, these two teams, they got to be extremely tired so far, and it'll be interesting to see if that fatigue takes effect at all in the second half.
Yeah, and you can tell that the starters have been pretty tired just by the amount of substitutions that Coach Searles has made, putting guys in the game like Ian Ravagny, Will Wainscott, Eli White even getting some early minutes in that first half. But that's what you have to do when you play a team like Greenville.
Rodriguez adds some more points to his second half total, 68-62, as here comes Jordan Matthews. Matthews up off the glass and in. Gets a few thankful rolls around the rim. Makes it 70-62. Errant pass there, almost saved by Kiari Patrick. However, not enough effort on it. Goes out of bounds, and that'll get us another hockey line shift here. 5 in, 5 out for Greenville.
I've never seen anything like this. When Greenville's coach makes substitutions, it's never just 2 or 3 guys. It's a whole new team out there, basically, and it's just an incredible thing to witness.
Greenville forces another turnover, and then on the way up, being fouled, was Kendrick Alexander. So 70-62, and that'll send number 32 to the line.
Now Kendrick Alexander, a chance at the charity stripe. Greenville's had a couple opportunities here early in the second half.
Alexander makes the first free throw. Second foul on Emmanuel Wilson tonight. And he makes the second one, so 70-64, the score now in favor of the home squad.
I'm just still in awe. The score line with 18 minutes left in regulation.
Oh, to the rim, Justin Greenlee. That gets some fans in Geisman raising the roof. Justin Greenlee entering orbit on that dunk. And then on the other side of the court, foul called.
And that right there, that dunk from Greenlee ties his career high with 18 points. Greenlee had an open lane to the rack. And I mentioned in the first half he really worked on his vertical over the offseason. Got some airtime right there.
Justin Greenlee gets a man up in the air. Pop-Tart right there. Now here comes Kieran Heller. He pump fakes, takes it to the rim. The floater, no good. Sean Beckman almost came down with the rebound. Instead, he ends up in the ground. Crispo the other way. Crispo, top of the key to Johnson. Nice swing pass there to Alexander, and he finishes it. And Greenville, they are rapidly approaching the Cougars, 77-62.
And a couple lapses in defense by the Cougars, which has allowed Greenville to get some easy points.
Kieran Heller, corner three, no good. Jordan Matthews, the rebound, that's no good either. Now Crispo comes down with it, brings it up. Three ball here, in and out off the attempt of Adrian Alvarez. And now the whistles blow. Sean Beckman grabbed the rebound. And Greenville attempting to get some subs in. The referee telling them not so fast, as now they get the A-OK to come in. Referee had to alert the scoring table to the foul. It was on Alexander. And Bill Bishop Green, just such an athletic player, whether it's the dunk or a tough layup like that, he finds some way to get to the rim.
You could just see it in his face. On his way to the rack, nothing was going to stop him.
And nothing by a net there. Jamie Calmes over Bishop Green. And now Emmanuel Wilson, he's trapped, finds Jordan Matthews. Matthews almost pushed out of bounds, able to stay in. Matthews goes to work on Gerard Webb. Matthews, hard drive to the rim, can't get it to go, and on the way down, he'll draw a foul. He will commit a foul, excuse me. Offensive foul on Jordan Matthews.
Sometimes fouls like that is just going to happen when you're playing such a fast-paced game such as this. Sometimes it's hard to get yourself under control.
Talk about fast pace, and one from Gerard Webb. And they have a chance now to cut this to a one-possession game. 74-70 before the free throw attempt from Webb. Second foul on William Bishop Green. The fourth team foul for the Cougars already in this second half. Webb. Shot is up and good. Bishop Green, the inbounder, finds Matthews. Over to Joel Watts. We haven't seen Joel Watts in a minute here. He gets the chance in the early goings of the second half. Bishop Green across the court to Watts. Feeds it inside. Now Matthews, 4-3. No good. Too strong off the back iron. Almost gained the rebound. And now here's Willie Bishop Green. Saves it from going out. Joel Watts, great effort there by Bishop Green. The Cougars maintain possession. Watts, weird move there. Able to get it on the rim. Greenville came down with the rebound, and the ball slammed off of Watts' foot and out.
I believe it hit a cheerleader over there on the baseline as well.
So you see cheer team on the baseline for the Cougars offense, while on the other side of the court is the CUC dance team. Saw them perform at half.
If you notice a little trend going on, the Cougars are one of their last 7 from the field. They have not looked like the same team that they were in the first half. You got to be able to clean up your offense a little bit.
Baseline jumper from Malik Johnson, and it's a 1-point game. CUC, they're up by 12 coming out of half, and they've seen that shrink all the way down now. 74-73, Joel Watts on Johnson. Leaves it for Carter Langendorf. We saw Langendorf go down hard in the first half. Good to see him back up on his feet in the game. Williams, Bishop Green thought about a long 3, instead puts it on the ground. William Bishop Green loses it on his way up and out, and Greenville will have a chance to take the lead. Crespo at half court. Now at the 3-point line is Johnson. Johnson swings it all the way into the corner for Alvarez. His 3 is good, and it's a 2-point lead now for Greenville. So the Cougars, they take a timeout. They've seen their lead disappear. They are down by 2. And during the timeout, we're going to send it to our intrepid sideline reporter, Troy Prattley. Troy, what do you got for us as we see the Cougars' lead disappear here early in the second half?
Well, one thing we mentioned coming out of the half was the turnovers, and right away you saw the Cougars turn the ball over a couple times. The Panthers are out here shooting 50% from the 3-point line, over 80% from the field here to start this second half, and that's what has allowed the Cougars' lead to escape, and now the Panthers lead by 2. A smart timeout here by Coach Rashawn Searles. We'll see what happens out of the Cougars' timeout if they can limit the turnovers, maintain possession of the basketball, and put the ball in the hoop, score some points. Back to you guys upstairs.
Well, thank you, Troy, for your wonderful insight as always. And as Troy pointed out, CUC has run into a rut here out of the gate in the second half. One of their last 7. They have not scored in over 2 minutes now, as they are trailing the Greenville Panthers 76-74. First-year head coach for the Cougars, Rashawn Searles, using his first timeout of the half. As here comes Williams now. He finds Jordan Matthews. Matthews guarded closely by Bennett. William Bishop Green, pull-up 3, no good. In and out. Crespo with the rebound. Crespo stutter steps, hands it off to Johnson. Johnson now tries to work his way into the paint. He'll instead pull it out. Alvarez, that would be a long 3 for number 22. He decides to move it to Bennett. Bennett, he'll pull up from 3. No good off the back of the iron. Going up and grabbing it is Alexander, but he travels after grabbing the rebound. And CUC, they'll head the other way.
Yeah, and just a couple of turnovers by the Cougars. Something to point out as well. Panthers on a 10-0 run right now. The Cougars look like they've lost a little bit of steam, and they're not used to playing teams like this. Greenville really forces you to play their style of basketball. And for a team that is not used to having to play as much offense as they're playing, and also the type of defense they have to play, it's really worn the Cougars down.
William Bishop Green court to Emmanuel Wilson for 3. Emmanuel Wilson gives the Cougars the lead back, 77-76. Rodriguez to Glenn, guarded closely by Emmanuel Wilson. Now double teamed with Joel Watts. Watts backs off. Rodriguez, a hard pass to Webb. He gathers it, puts it up, no good. Wilson the rebound and a foul. Foul on Greenville. So Cougars moving the other way. Emmanuel Wilson back to Justin Greenlee. Justin Greenlee now. Cougars have numbers as Rodriguez has fallen behind the play. Alley-oop to Bishop Green. He's stuffed by the rim. Leading past Rodriguez. He saves it, and going up for the layup was Webb. No good. Ball out of bounds. Last touch, CUC.
And going back to that three by Emmanuel Wilson, he was fairly quiet, only 2 points in the first half. A big three, a much needed three for the Cougars, maybe to get them going a little bit.
And there's a three for Gremmet Glen. Just when you think you do something well by hitting a three-pointer, Greenville, they respond with through their own. William Bishop Green, that alley-oop attempt from Ravagny, a little short. Bishop Green stays on the court, grabs the pass, lays it in.
Yeah, William Bishop Green, definitely a fan favorite as he can get some airtime.
Ravagny grabs the turnover. Ravagny now to the rim and in, gives the Cougars a 2-point lead. Ian Ravagny, the freshman, impressing here tonight in his Geisman debut.
I thought the interview with Justin Greenlee going into halftime very insightful. We get a little action going on right here.
Joel Watts causes the turnover and takes it all the way. Cougars, the newcomers are, they are becoming fan favorites already. Ravagny, Joel Watts, Sean Beckman all playing extremely well here in their Geisman debut. Meanwhile, a Greenville substitution as a out-of-bounds ball off the Cougars. Crespo. Alvarez pulls up from three. No good. Off the back of iron. Alexander hands it off to Johnson. He'll take it in. Bennett to Alvarez. Now Crespo at the top of the key. Puts it on the ground. Takes it to the rim. Nice finish there by Crespo. A lot of Cougars in under the basket, and he just floated right through them.
Really nice move by Crespo. It looked like the Cougars were expecting a three. We've seen so many of them tonight, but just when you think that Crespo's about to shoot it, drives right in and gets the layup.
Joel Watts stops and bounces and one. Joel Watts, again, the shortest player on the court. That does not slow him down. Nice bunny hop there to stop his momentum. Goes up, draws the foul, finishes it as well for fun. And he'll have a chance for a three-point play.
Cougars have done such a nice job of finishing on these and one opportunities. You mentioned Joel Watts, one of the shortest player probably on the court right now. That's not going to slow him down. Goes straight into the body of the defender and gets the tough basket.
Isn't able to finish the three-point play, however. Greenville grabs his miss. Crespo, whenever he's on the court, he's been the point man for Greenville. It's usually him or Rodriguez. Jumper from Alexander, nothing but net. Nice jumper on the free throw line for number 32 in black. Joel Watts puts the moves on Alvarez. Alvarez playing tough defense, though. Joel Watts trying to blow by him. He can't. Ball tipped and out into the fan section. 85-83 as Greenville. Another massive substitution here. Feel like we're in a hockey game the way Greenville subs their players in and out.
That's what it feels like for sure.
Full line change for Greenville. And now Darren Williams stops, jumps, scores. Darren Williams having himself a breakout game here as he gets points number 11 and 12 on that jumper. Under the rim, blocked from behind. Darren Williams says no shoot for you. He can do offense, he can do defense. And I know I just said it, but again, a huge breakout game here for Darian Williams.
Peter, I think it's pretty safe to say he's earned himself some more minutes in upcoming games.
Justin Greenlee carries it against Kiari Patrick. Now Rodriguez spin moves past Rodriguez. Greenlee dips and dives, kicks it out. Emmanuel Wilson from the corner, in and out. Sean Beckman cleans it up with the Windex, cleans the glass, and now Greenville the other way.
Beckman just in the right place at the right time, able to get the offensive board and put it back up with no defenders on him.
Three from Webb is a bad miss. Didn't even hit the rim. CUC grabs it. 3-on-2. Emmanuel Wilson takes it all the way and through the hoop. Emmanuel Wilson. Some nice footwork there. Jordan Matthews causes the turnover. And now whistles blow
think they're going to say he stepped out on the sideline.
He did. Good sight there by Parker Kelly as the Cougars bench was all standing up. Hard to tell where he was. But he steps out, which means Greenville inbounding. But on the bright side, it gives the Cougars a chance to really set up their defense, which they haven't had a ton of opportunities to do so tonight. Crespo, his pass is blocked, picked up by Matthews. Jordan Matthews to the rim. Yes, sir! Jordan Matthews coming alive here. He's up to 14 points now.
Nice job by Jordan Matthews. A little out of sorts at first, trying to get control of the ball, able to maintain and finish through the rim.
Alvarez, his three is off. Justin Greenlee with the board. Greenlee dribbles it ahead. He's going to try and take it in himself. Loses it, but draws the foul on the play. Foul on Adrian Alvarez. Inbounding is Wilson. He needs someone open. He finds Matthews. Matthews, he splits the defense, puts it up. It's no good. Beckman grabs it, throws it to Matthews, who scores. Sean Beckman. I know Matthews scored, but Sean Beckman's been doing some incredible work on the glass tonight. Long three for Johnson, off the backboard and in.
Sometimes you'd rather be lucky than good. That shot, definitely a little luck behind it.
Williams taking it up court against Crispo. Splits Crispo and Alvarez. Jordan Matthews in the corner. No good. Justin Greenlee flying through the defense. Now he's on the ground still as he's holding his head.
Hit the ground pretty hard.
As
Cougar fan hoping he's all right.
Justin Greenlee still on the court. Now he's helped up. He's smiling. Like Parker said, that was a hard collision on the ground, but good to see the Cougars point guard and that leading scorer in the first half get back up. Jordan Matthews now the leading scorer in general for the Cougars. He's got 19 on the night. Greenlee still sitting at 18, tying his career high.
It's like I said, Jordan Matthews got off to a little bit of a sluggish start, but you can't keep a player like that down long.
Well, when you're averaging almost 19 a game, you're going to have the confidence to take a three like that. William Bishop Green cleans up the miss. Oh, and he loses his defender. Get that man a map. William Bishop Green to the rim.
Put him in a spin cycle. How about that?
Now a floater there from Gremmet Glenn. No good. Ball on the ground. Still on the ground. There's a scrum it for it. Ball still on the ground. Somebody's got to pick it up. Every coach, I think, is calling timeout. Ball is finally gathered by Greenville. To the rim and off the front of the rim is Webb. Ball still on the ground. And now tied up is Rodriguez and Bishop Green. Every player on the court was in a 5-foot vicinity of each other, swiping at that ball on the ground.
Just so much emotion just poured into the game. That's what really makes college athletics so special. The fans are into this game. The players are into it. It's been such an exciting game to watch.
And there'll end up being a foul on William Bishop Green. That's his third of the night. Here's Kiari Patrick backing his way into the paint. He kicks it out. Corner three, air ball from Gerard Webb. Now the paint shot from Patrick is no good. Here's Jordan Matthews. Matthews fouled on the way up by Jamie Calmes.
This game has been a game of trends. CUC really starting to heat up after allowing Greenville to go on a 12-0 run. Now that CUC is starting to heat up, Greenville's starting to cool down as they're 1 of their last 10, 0 of their last 5.
Free throws coming up for Jordan Matthews. Matthews 2 for 2 tonight from the charity stripe. First shot is up and good. So now Matthews I have a chance to enlarge this Cougars lead even more. It currently sits at 12. It's up and in. Couple lucky bounces. 99-86, 7:58 to go. Losing his man was Rodriguez. Can't convert on the three. Patrick cleans up the rebound, puts it through, and fouled. So Rodriguez loses his defender, misses the three. But Kiari Patrick's there to make everything all right.
Just a little bit of a late foul by William Bishop Green, fouling Patrick a little last second. And now Patrick a chance for an and one opportunity.
Kiari Patrick, 11 points on the night. Coming into tonight, he was averaging 14.8. You know, Parker, that's kind of the crazy thing about this Greenville team is despite scoring the second most points in the NCAA Division III level, they don't have a player averaging more than 16 points a game. Like, they have a couple guys averaging double digits, but you go down the roster, there's so many guys averaging, 4+ points, that kind of thing. And, I mean, it's really hard to have that great an offense when you do not have that kind of alpha-level player who's going to score you, 18+ a night like the Cougars do with Jordan Matthews. But just goes to show how much of a true team this Greenville squad is.
Well, and they do a great job of spreading the wealth. And when you run the run-and-gun offense, you're not going to have that one guy because they're substituting so often, almost like hockey. You're substituting 5 guys at a time. So that kind of doesn't give one specific player an opportunity to play a lot of minutes unless he's really doing well. But in the run-and-gun style offense, everybody's going to get shots. That's just how it works.
So we get a break here. I believe one of the Greenville players, Kiari Patrick, he was holding his arm. Kind of hard to tell. He's over by the Cougars training staff. If it's an issue of a cut or something like that, obviously the training staff very worrisome about blood, anything like that. So Kiari Patrick, who is supposed to be shooting some free throws, getting checked out by the CUC training staff as he's working his way out now. His left elbow wrapped up in yellow athletic tape. So whether it be a cut, whether he's just banged up, trained by the, as always, wonderful athletic training staff here at Concordia Chicago, and now he's getting ready to try and finish his and one. 99-88. It's up and good, so we are back to a 10-point game here.
And again, just looking at the score, 99-89. Cougars have a chance to crack 100. 7:45 left.
And not many teams at this level can hit 100 points in a game. Nonetheless, do it with over 7.5 minutes. Joel Watts thought about giving the Cougars that triple-digit game, but he misses the layup, stuffed by the rim. Now here's a three from Bennett, no good. Up for the rebound was Langendorf. Greenlee trying to find an open man. He does in Langendorf. Joel Watts now goes to work against Johnson. Inside pass to Langendorf, and he can't finish up under the post.
Heard the footsteps of Kendrick Alexander, who was coming up right behind him. Just didn't go up strong enough, kind of faded away.
Baseline fade away from Malik Johnson as players tripping over each other left and right. Whistle blows, however, and it'll be a possession for CUC. 7:05 to go here. Parker, we've seen how hard Greenville's been pressing. But we're getting to that point in the game where, they're going to need turnovers. They're going to need points because they're down by double digits with under 7 minutes to go. I'm really interested to see what their desperation press looks like as Carter Langendorf in the post redeems his miss from earlier. There it is, 101 points. We're still got 6:45 to go.
101-89. It has been an absolute track meet.
Bennett, Crespo thought about a three. Sean Beckman was in his face, however. Ball out. Here's Crespo. Now he'll hit a three.
Crespo just trying to keep the Panthers alive, only trailing by single digits now by 9, trying to create some momentum for his team.
Sean Beckman walks his way to the basket for the finish.
Greenville coming the other way. Kendrick Alexander knocks some Cougars over. No offensive foul. Carter Langendorf a little surprised, and now he's going to get tagged with a tech. Again, you saw Langendorf frustrated after what he thought was a charge by Kendrick Alexander, and then on his way up, he was right by the referee. Must have just said the wrong thing. Gets charged with the technical foul, and that'll allow free throws now for Greenville. Christian Bennett will do the honor as his first attempt is through the hoop. Second attempt good as well. 103-95. As each team brings in some subs.
CUC are going to have their best defense here at the end of the game. Greenville trying to make a comeback, trailing by 7. It's actually been a pretty solid defensive game, holding Greenville to only 96 points through this game so far.
Turnover caused by Gerard Webb. Rodriguez to the top of the key for Calmes, off the back of the iron. Grabbing the miss was Webb. Webb now fighting through some hands. Can't get the tough finish. Ball still loose. There's Kiari Patrick. He proves to be the biggest man under the basket. And we got a 5-point game. Good block there on the pass attempt. Gerard Webb. Kiari Patrick again and fouled. Kiari Patrick taking over here late in the second half. He makes it a 1-possession game, and now he can cut it down to a 2-point game.
And Peter, you hit the nail on the head. Panthers are going to rely on getting some turnovers, and CUC starting to get a little sloppy on the offensive end, resulting in Greenville to kind of flash their quick hands, get those turnovers, and just like that, they're down by 3, even maybe down by 2 pending this free throw.
Cougar fans making some noise, and it seems to do the job. Kiari Patrick missing the free throw, and now Sean Beckman charged with the offensive foul, throwing elbows. Kiari Patrick drawing it, got elbowed in the face, and because of that, we're going to have a timeout here. So CUC, they're going to take a 1-minute timeout. And while they do that, our favorite courtside reporter, Troy Pratley, down in front of the CUC student section. So he's going to do what he's been doing all game and give us some great insights about tonight's game. Troy, what do you got for us?
Well, the Panthers are on an 8-0 run here on 3 Cougars turnovers in just a span of 42 seconds. So that was one thing we were talking about out of the first timeout in this half, was the Cougars limiting the turnovers. They were doing a good job of that through the middle stretch of the game. At one point in the second half, the Panthers actually led turnovers 8-6, but now it's flipped the other way around. The Cougars now lead in turnovers 11-8. So in the final 5:30 of this game, just a 3-point game now, we'll see who can control the ball and who can finish this game out. Back to you guys upstairs.
Thanks, as always, Troy doing a good job in a sideline reporter debut for the Cougar Sports Network. Troy's been up in the booth a couple times during the fall season. Of course, he's a utility man on the football team, playing a little bit of everything, and now he's getting his first taste of basketball reporting. And what a game to get your start on. 103-100, 5:30 left to go here. Kiari Patrick with some free throws. A Class A technical foul on Sean Beckman, and Kiari Patrick sweating a little bit under the spotlight. Misses the first free throw.
Just such a hard gym to play in with this hostile crowd.
Second one is up and no good. Kiari Patrick gets no love from the crowd, no love from the rim. And because of that, this lead is going to stay at 3 points, but Greenville will have possession here right under the Cougars basket. Rodriguez to inbound. Hands it off to Glenn. Here's Rodriguez again. Goes to work on Ian Ravagni. Blocked by Darian Williams. Still no soup for Greenville. And now a miss and a foul on the Cougars. Jordan Matthews, as well as the rest of his teammates, look confused. Believe the foul is on Ian Ravagni.
So now this is allowing these fouls, turnovers. Cougars 4 turnovers in less than a minute. You're allowing Greenville to stick around, and at one point it looked like the Cougars might have had this Panthers team put away, but this game is far from over.
Especially when you got a team like Greenville who they don't care if it's a 2-on-1 fast break, a 1-on-none fast break. They will chuck up a 3 as soon as they can. And when you got a team like that, you don't really feel like any lead is safe because just a couple makes and they could be tied. They can make up, a 10-point swing in just 3 shots or 4. So because of that, Cougars, they're just going to keep the trial and pile it on here. 103-101. Second shot from Rodriguez is no good. Beckman, the grab. Here's Emmanuel Wilson. Wilson sends Beckman through. Crosses over on Rodriguez. And now whistles blow. Another turnover. Over and back should be the call on William Bishop Green. CUC, as Parker mentioned, they're just having trouble holding on to the ball.
Now 5 turnovers in over a minute, and not a good statistic for the Cougars at this point in the game.
And 9 points scored for Greenville in less than a minute. Here's Webb. Webb loses it, picks it up from the top of the key. No good. Rebound, Justin Greenlee. CUC's going to try to get something past ahead. Beckman, no good. He goes crashing, but Jordan Matthews finishes the play. Heck of an effort from Sean Beckman to save it from going out. He almost took out some cheerleaders. Meanwhile, Jordan Matthews finishes the play. CUC up by 4. Turnover here by Greenville. Emmanuel Wilson, he loses it. Kiari Patrick rips it out of his hands. And it's a 2-point game again. William Bishop Green, 2-on-1 with Sean Beckman. Feeds Beckman. Beckman to the rim. Gets it back to 4-point again. Such a hard press here from Greenville. If the Cougars can break it up front, they're having a lot of odd man breakaways. Kiari Patrick, however, he just cannot be stopped in the paint. He's really coming alive in this second half.
He's taking over 18 points, really leading this Panthers offense.
And there's Sean Beckman all by himself. He's waited a second, maybe just to show off a little the other team. I don't know what that was about, but he finishes the play nonetheless. Kiari Patrick again.
It's literally touchdown pass to touchdown pass. Both teams cherry picking a little bit. Sean Beckman getting it done on one end, Patrick on the other.
Kiari Patrick off of Matthews. Matthews poked it away, but they're saying last touch by Patrick. He's looking confused. And the Cougars, they'll have possession while trying to protect the 2-point lead. So Cougars and Panthers, they're going to take a break here during the timeout. Well, I think it's time we take a breath up here in the Cougar Sports Network as well. And so while we do that, the two teams will talk things over. We're approaching the end of a very exciting game. 109-107 your score. 3:31 left to go here in Geisman Gymnasium. Cougars on top. We'll be back in just a second.
Fans, thanks for tuning into today's game.
For more information on the men's basketball program, head to cucurs.com. We hope to see you at our next game.
Go Cougs, let's go, baby! Roger!
Interested in finding out more about Concordia Chicago? Head to cuchicago.edu for information on our university.
We appreciate you tuning into today's game and hope to see you at CUC very soon.
Go Cougs!
Over here in Geisman Gymnasium, the Cougars, they're protecting a 2-point lead, 109-107. 3:31 left to go in regulation, as now the referees are going to have a chat about something. You know, Parker, I say regulation, and can you imagine what the final score is going to be if we had overtime? I think you're going to have to bump up
I wouldn't rule it out. I definitely wouldn't rule it out.
Your betting odds from earlier, I believe you said 250 combined?
What are we at right now? Some quick math, 216?
216, so still a ways to go, but nothing's out of the realm of possibility the way these two teams have been scoring in this second half. Justin Greenlee finds Joel Watts. Watts now up the court. He gets bodied by Crespo, and Crespo's going to get tagged with the foul. So 1-and-1 for Joel Watts as the Cougars in the single bonus now. As we get a recall here by the ref. I think he lost count of how many fouls we had, so instead of a one-on-one, it'll just be an inbound pass by Joel Watts.
Can you blame him? There's been a lot of action going on. It's hard to keep track.
And Justin Greenlee, he takes it all the way back, and now he'll go to work on Bennett. Greenlee ran into a double team, pulls it out. Justin Greenlee pulling out all the moves of his bag. Jordan Matthews finds Emmanuel Wilson inside. Justin Greenlee dunks it, slams it down. Justin Greenlee, that's a new career high for the Cougars senior. He's got 20 points on the night.
And what a way to get a new career high than with an emphatic slam dunk.
In the corner was Alvarez. He finds Bennett beyond the arc. Bennett back to Alvarez in the corner. Here is Johnson for three. No good. Ball is still loose. Crespo grabs it, though. Bennett, he'll take another three. That's no good. Here's Justin Greenlee with the rebound. Joel Watts to Jordan Matthews. Emmanuel Wilson for three. Yes, sir! Big three-pointer there for Emmanuel Wilson. And that gives the Cougars some much-needed breathing room. As the referee at the scores table right now trying to clarify some stuff with our bookkeeper.
And Geisman really coming alive right now. Bet you can hear it from the broadcast. Student section going crazy. The fans are so invested. What a game.
Here's Rodriguez. Greenville's going to need some points here. Three by Glenn, drains it.
Right in his face, too.
Cuts the lead down to 4. And we get a substitution here. Jordan Matthews is out, and he's hobbling a little bit. You don't want to see that if you're a Cougars fan. So he'll head over to the training staff, hopefully get everything figured out. Meanwhile, the Cougars trying to break this full court press. Joel Watts to Darian Williams. Williams, he's going to try to take it. Instead, he'll try to dish it last second to Beckman. Bad pass, though. Picked off. 4-on-1. Three-pointer for Glenn. No good.
They're going to get Sean Beckman an on-the-floor foul. Not exactly sure what happened. Looks like he may have pushed a defender in the back. But sure enough, another chance at the free throw line for Kiari Patrick. He's had several opportunities tonight.
This will be free throws number 8 and 9 for Patrick. He's 4 for 7 so far. First one is up and good. That's point number 23 for Kiari Patrick, having himself a really, really nice game. As now the CUC fans chanting, trying to coerce a miss here. Shot is up and good. Nothing but net. We got a 2-point game once again. Referee gathers the ball, hands it to Justin Greenlee, who finds Emmanuel Wilson. Wilson back to Greenlee, over to Joel Watts. Watts to Beckman. Beckman thought about pulling up. Instead, he dishes it back out to Watts, near to the half-court line. Kiari Patrick trying to play some shutdown defense. Joel Watts takes it himself. Joel Watts pulling out the side step, the Euro step, whatever you want to call it. It scores points. And now a turnover, but a foul on CUC. Sean Beckman, he'll get tagged with this 4th foul.
He's got to be careful. Now 2 players in foul trouble for the Cougars. Sean Beckman on the court with 4. William Bishop Green, who's on the bench right now, also has 4. Beckman going to have to play a little bit smarter on the defensive end. They're going to need him here in the last minute 37.
Beckman also has a technical on his resume for tonight. First free throw from Malik Johnson is good. 116-113. He can make it a 2-point game. Shot is up and good as well. 2-point game. And now we're going to get a 30-second timeout from Greenville head coach Dr. George Barber. And while we got a 30-second timeout, we're going to send it courtside now to Troy Prattley and see what Troy has to say as we are closing in on the end of a very, very exciting game here.
It's been a game of runs. The Cougars had a double-digit lead. The Panthers stormed back. The Cougars have another double-digit lead. The Panthers stormed back. At one point, the Cougars had 5 turnovers in less than a minute, and now they've made their last 8 field goal attempts. So what a wild game we have here. Let's see how it ends in the last minute and a half. I'm excited. You guys are excited. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Troy, as always. And Troy's right. Just about a minute and a half, 97 seconds to be exact, left in this one. 2-point game. Justin Greenlee will inbound, guarded by Patrick. And that one's batted away by Rodriguez. Patrick now, and it's stolen by Greenlee. Ball still on the ground. It's out. Possession CUC.
Much needed break for the Cougars. Troy hit the nail on the head. Panthers starting to come back, cut the lead to 2. Cougars get a much needed break to go and extend the lead potentially on this possession.
Joe Watts finds Emmanuel Wilson up ahead to Sean Beckman. Beckman now for the layup. It's good. Sean Beckman. He's had foul problems, but he also has 17 points to make up for it. 118-114. Rodriguez to the net. He loses it. Tried to find Kiari Patrick. Ball still loose. Malik Johnson gathers it. A deep 3 from Glenn. Yes, from Steph Curry range.
Hey, Glenn's not afraid of the big-time shot. That's now the second one he's made in just about the past 3 minutes.
Joel Watts brings it up. Joel Watts going right to the rim. Passes out Kieran Heller, Emmanuel Wilson. Justin Greenlee now slows it down. Less than 50 seconds to go. Greenlee, he's blocked on the way up. Greenville, they can take the lead here. Rodriguez swings it over. 3-pointer, it's blocked. Big block there by Sean Beckman. Ball still loose. Glenn for a 2-point lead. No good off the front of the rim. And another shot. It is no good. It's madness here in Geisman. Kieran Heller tied up with Vincent Rodriguez. Oh my goodness. Jump ball possession CUC.
Wow.
Holy cannoli, oh my goodness.
I can't believe it. What a sequence of events. The Greenville Panthers, so many opportunities to take the lead, but the crowd, this crowd cannot be underestimated. They have played such a major impact in this game.
I got 4 letters for you guys. 5 letters, oh my gosh, I cannot count tonight. I was gonna say chaos.
I think all numbers just going out the window right now.
Let's just ignore that happened. All right, back to the game now. Joel Watts, guarded by Rodriguez. Joel Watts, he finds Justin Greenlee over to Jordan Matthews. Justin Greenlee now. Cougars are looking for a dagger. Emmanuel Wilson, shot clock is off, and Greenville has to foul. And now it comes down to the free throws. Cougars are in the 1-and-1 in the single bonus. And now we're going to have a timeout here for Greenville, a full timeout. And let's just look over some of the point totals from tonight during this timeout break. For CUC, multiple, and I mean multiple players in double digits. Jordan Matthews leading the way with 23. Justin Greenlee, a new career high with 20. Sean Beckman with 17. William Bishop Green, Darian Williams, both with 12. And then Emmanuel Wilson with 10. Meanwhile, for the Greenville Panthers, only 4 players hit double digits. Leading the way is Kiari Patrick, who's having himself an incredible second half here tonight. 24 points. Grimmett Glenn with 23. Malik Johnson, 19. Gerard Webb with 13. And now crucial free throws coming up here for Emmanuel Wilson.
In these last 16 seconds, from what we've seen in this ball game, there's still so much could happen. It's just been complete madness. Cougars doing an excellent job of matching the tempo of Greenville, showing that they are a versatile team, being able to adjust on the fly like this, and it's been a heck of a game.
118, 117, 1-1 coming up here for Emmanuel Wilson. But the thing is, even if Wilson hits both of these, Greenville's just a 3-ball away, and we know they love that 3-ball. 58 3-pointers tonight from Greenville. They've converted on 18 of them. First free throws up and good. Cougar fans can breathe a little easier now. Emmanuel Wilson will get his second free throw attempt. 119, 117. Second attempt is up, and it's no good. It's a 2-point game. Greenville can hold for the last shot. That would be a game-winning 3-pointer. Instead, Rodriguez puts it in motion. Rodriguez looks around. He finds Glenn. 2 seconds to go. They got to put something up. They do for the win. No good. Cougars win. Oh, my goodness. A possible game winner from Gerard Webb. It's no good, and I think everyone in this gymnasium, players, fans, us up here in the booth, everyone's letting out a sigh of relief. Whew, what a game.
I don't even know where to start. Just trying to recap this game, you just had to be here. 236 combined points. Cougars had some awesome moments on the offensive end, had some lapses on the defensive end, but what matters is the win.
Well, let's look over some of the final leaders from tonight's shootout here in Geisman. In terms of the Cougars, in terms of scoring, is what I meant to say. The game's leading scorer, Kiari Patrick, 24 points for CUC. It was Jordan Matthews with 23. 4 rebounds. Leading the way for Greenville was Kiari Patrick as well with 8, but Justin Greenlee doing a little bit of an double-double. Led the game in rebounds with 14, also at 20 points for that double-double. Assist. It is Rodriguez. He had 10 assists tonight. He was the main point man when on the court for Greenville. Meanwhile, the lead assist getter for CUC, also Justin Greenlee with 5 assists. Well, Parker, you can try to do it. Let's get your summarizing thoughts on this basketball game, shootout, track meet, whatever you want to call it. So what are your main takeaways from this one?
This game was all about runs. The Cougars had several moments where they'd go on a 10-12-0 run, but then they'd give up a 10 to 12-point run. But in the end, the Cougars found a way to get it done, had to adjust. They're not used to playing this style of basketball. They were able to do so tonight. And again, it's another win in the win column for the Cougars. And at the end of the day, a win is a win. That's what matters most.
Well, thanks, Parker, for final words and for joining me on the broadcast all night long. Also want to say thanks again to everybody making this production possible. Chandler Kerr and Sydney Lloyd were our spotters for the night. Wyatt McLaughlin on scoreboard. Our camera operators, Abby Kulig, Jessica Gang, and Emma Borelli. Our producers for the night, Emily Balaban and Leela Scott. Photos always Sebastian Miller. And then, of course, we had Troy Pratley down courtside for courtside reporting. And we are under the direction of our Assistant Sports Information Director, Sydney Ploska-Slaher, as well as our Sports Information Director, Kayla McLeod. But don't go anywhere just yet. Following the Cougars' 119-117 win over Greenville, we're going to get a post-game interview with first-year head coach of the Cougars, Rashawn Searles. So we'll be right back in a second on the Cougar Sports Network. Don't go anywhere just yet. What's going on, Cougar fans? Peter Borkowski back here on the Cougar Sports Network, and following the team's exciting 119-117 win over the Greenville Panthers, joined by head coach of the Cougars, Coach Rashawn Searles. And Coach, I think we can let out a sigh of relief after that one. I mean, I just got to start. What do you guys do to even prepare for a game like this? I mean, you knew coming in Greenville was this run-and-gun style team. I mean, what kind of special preparation, whatever it was? I mean, did you run the guys a little more? But, I mean, just how do you get ready for a team like this?
To be honest with you, it's kind of hard to prepare for a team like that. What we did was we just put 20 minutes on the clock and just full court press, no stoppage, just hockey sub throughout the 20 minutes.
Really?
Just to kind of get them prepared for the tempo and just basically like how frequently guys are going to be in and out the game. We did it to the best of our ability. Obviously, you know, that's a coach that's been running this system for 10 years. We can't mimic it perfectly, but we did our best that we could, and the guys were ready.
Do your best to stop it, and a big reason for the win was an excellent performance from Justin Greenlee. 20 points on the night, also had 14 rebounds, a double-double. And, I mean, we know Greenlee's a great offensive facilitator. He's the passing guy, but I'm sure as head coach, that'd be really good to see him, you know, really take the hand in scoring and then even doing stuff like rebounding.
Yep. No, absolutely. I think Jay Green is one of our Swiss Army knives where he can score it, he can pass it, he can rebound it, he can get steals, whatever we need. He just rises up to the occasion. And I think tonight he's seen that early on we were getting beat on the glass, and he took the challenge. You know, I really commend him for that, man. He's been awesome. You know, and I just continue to be happy that I have this team, man. It's a blessing, you know.
Right, and I'm sure, you know, this is your guys' first game here in Geisman, and I'm sure as coach, that had to be noticeable for you guys to have such an electric crowd in front of you. Just how big of a boost is that to your team? I mean, you've spent the whole season on the road so far. I'm sure coming home to Geisman had to feel pretty good.
Oh, man, we were waiting for it, man. I think, you know, 5 games on the road, we learned a lot of lessons, but we were ready. Obviously, you know, we lost 3 games where we just didn't finish down the end, and we finally got that stop and that big rebound. And that's what that test come from. But obviously, being back at home, the guys were excited. We had a big momentum surge when we hit a shot because the crowd gets into it. And I think the guys, man, it just ultimately, CUC, this is a family. And so having the friends and family involved with it just makes it just so much more better.
Right. Yep. And last thing, Coach, before I let you go here, conference play starts on Saturday. Dominican coming here to Geisman. What are you looking to build on off of tonight? What needs to happen between tonight and then that matchup on Saturday for Saturday to come out as a good outcome as well?
I think same thing. We just got to execute. That's going to be like our principle throughout the season. Obviously, our lineup's going to vary. We might go big. We might go small. We might be mixed. At the end of the day, it's just going to come down to defense and execution. So we continue to do that. I think we should be fine, but we just got to make sure we hone in on the details. A lot of film and a lot of preparation, and we should be fine.
Definitely. Yeah. Well, Coach, thanks for joining me right here. Congrats on the big win. Cougars take down the Panthers 119-117. They'll be back in action here in Geisman on Saturday, 2 p.m., taking on the Dominican Stars. It's going to be a good one, the cross-street rivalry back here in Geisman. But until then, this is Peter Borkowski, sign off of the Cougar Sports Network, and wanting to say, as always, go Cougars.
Cougars.
Thank you so much for tuning in to today's Concordia University Chicago Cougars Athletics broadcast. We hope to see you on campus very soon. If you would like to learn more about what Concordia Chicago has to offer, go to cuchicago.edu.